Hi, it's Deja from CrochetEverAfter.com, and right now I'm going to show you how to decrease and half double crochet when you're working in rows. Alright, now I'm going to decrease in half double crochet, and to do that I've already began a row of half double crochet and I started my next row. I am counting my chain twos as a stitch so that way I can show you how to decrease using those. So first I'm going to decrease in the middle of the row because this is usually how you're going to be decreasing and it's the easiest to see. So you can see I have two stitches here. I have this next stitch and the one after, and I'm going to turn these into one stitch. So to do that I'm first going to start one half double crochet. So I yarn over and insert my hook into my next stitch that I come to, yarn over again and pull up my loop. Now I have 3 loops on my hook like I would for a regular half double crochet. But instead of finishing it, I need to create another half double crochet. So I'm going to yarn over again, and I'm going to insert my hook into the next stitch, yarn over, and pull up a loop. Now I have 5 loops on my hook, and I'm ready to decrease. So to do that, I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to pull through all of the loops on my hook. Half double crochet is quite a bulky decrease because of all of those loops, but once you do it, it's not quite as visible. So that just turned those 2 stitches into one stitch. You can see the V on top, that's just one stitch now. Now I'm going to decrease at the end of my row. So I'm just going to half double crochet across. And because I count the chain twos in my project as a stitch, I have to take that into account when I'm working my rows. So I'm going to have to decrease my last stitch, see my V, and my chain 2 together. So these two are going to become one stitch. Usually the designs won't have you decreasing at the beginning and ending of your row. You'll usually be going the 2 stitches right before. I'll show you that on the next row that I do, how that's going to work. But for this row, I'm going to decrease these 2 together. So I'm going to insert my hook under the first stitch, yarn over, pull up my loop. I have half of my first half double crochet made. I'm going to make half of my second by inserting my hook and pulling up another loop. So I have all 5 loops. Now I'm going to finish off both of those with one loop through all of it. So now I have 2 decreases on this row, which means I've decreased this row by 2 stitches. If I kept on decreasing in the same area, I would get kind of a funny curve in right here. It would kind of triangle, go into a triangle and have a little tail on it. So you have to be conscious of where you're putting your decreases if you're designing something. If I decrease on the ends, I'm going to get a triangle. So I can make a triangular shawl if I start really wide and work my way in. If I decrease just in the center, it's going to fold up into like a square almost. So you try swatches and you can see the different ways that you can decrease. Now we're going to decrease on the first stitches going in. So the first stitch will be a half double crochet, and then we're going to decrease in the next 2 stitches. Because I'm counting my chain twos as a half double crochet, I don't have to actually do anything in this first stitch. The chain 2 takes the place of a half double crochet. So I'm going to insert my hook into the stitch after. So I yarn over, insert my hook, pull up the loop, yarn over, insert my hook into the next stitch, and pull up a loop. And I have all 5, and I decrease. Pull through all 5. Then I work across, and we have our decrease. That was the very last. We have our chain 2. That was the first stitch. So we're going to decrease right in our 2 stitches before our chain 2. So we're going to insert our hook, first half double, insert your hook, next half double, yarn over and pull through. Then I have my chain 2, so I'm going to go ahead and just create my regular half double there. So you can see it starts looking really funky if you don't have this designed properly. So you definitely want to place your decreases in conscious areas so that you can create nice decreasing. Otherwise you might have a funky shape. If you're going for a funky shape, then decrease wherever you like. But if you're trying to make an actual project, like a shawl, you're going to want to place your decreases in the same spot in every stitch or every row as you go. That's how you're going to decrease in half double crochet.